every hole. Keep marking every hole. Keep marking every hole. Keep marking every hole.
Oh, that's it. That's it. There it is.
Tell me your name, where you're from.
Nate Sexton, Eugene, Oregon.
Nice shot, Nate.
Welcome to Disc Golf Live Video Magazine, and thanks for tuning in. This show is all about bringing the sport of disc golf to new faces and new places. And toward that end, we've got two great tournament videos on tap. The folks at SpinTV tell the story of the 2014 United States Disc Golf Championship, and Europe's internet sensation, LCGM8, share their coverage of the 2015 Tali Open. We'll kick things off right after this. Production and distribution of Disc Golf Live is made possible through the generous support of our underwriters. Thanks for your support. The crowning event on the disc golf calendar is October's United States Disc Golf Championship. Held at Winthrop University in Rock Hill, South Carolina, last year's tournament may have set a new standard with a wild and woolly finish that's well worth watching.
USDGC 2014, this is the back nine. We are back again. We are in the middle of an intense battle. Definitely one of the most insane rounds that I've ever witnessed in my short career in this sport. And I've got the most special of special guests. I've been waiting all year to bring this guy in the studio. I have the current reigning three-time world champion, Paul McBeth, with me. How's it going, Paul?
It's going well. I'm ready to see some disc golf action and relive it.
All right, we are going to make him relive it just shortly after he got through battling this course for 4 days, 4 rounds at the legendary Winthrop Gold. Before we get started, what does this course mean to the sport, and what does it mean to you as a top-level competitor?
This course is different than most. We're not throwing through trees, around trees, over trees, but throwing around ropes. And those ropes are strokes. So the whole goal is keep it between the lines and keep it out of the water. And if you do that, you'll have a chance to be the U.S. champion.
And we are going to follow the card that has managed so far very successfully to keep it in bounds, to make their putts, to survive until the last day. We have a really tight race going on. Right now, we've got JohnE McRae and Patrick Brown, 2 Masters levels players, are leading the field. Paul's a couple strokes back after a little rocky start on that front 9, and Will's right behind him. Let's get started on hole 10. This is starting off the back 9 on a par 4. This is one that you really like to go for. What's the strategy breakdown here?
Yeah, it's listed at 554 feet. That's if you're playing the fairway, but there's a shot to go right for the basket. And as you can see Patrick teeing off here, it's a very reachable hole. It probably plays about 440 feet to get to the pin, but today with that wind, it's definitely out there blowing, and it can take these shots pretty far OB.
And what are you throwing here? Because you have to play into this left to right wind that's going to prevent you from fading.
That is a Star Destroyer. It's a brand new one. It's still got the stability. I've been throwing a little bit less flippy one, and I was having trouble, but with this wind I was able to bust out a new one.
And tell me about that factor, that pucker factor. You're 2 back. You see Patrick go out of bounds right there. You've got to step up and make it and give yourself a shot for an eagle, right?
Yeah, I had to go for it. I knew with these holes coming up, I had to make a move. It's a tough back 9, probably the hardest one in disc golf.
And you've got JohnE McRae is going to lay up, which is uncharacteristic for a player like him. Patrick's going to take from the drop zone, And Will and Paul are going to have looks at eagle here.
Yes, with JohnE, I saw him lay up every round I played with him, so it wasn't surprising for him to do it in this situation, and for him to convert this upshot, it was, textbook.
And he does convert. The spotter's going to run over, get that close to it, and he was so just barely in bounds. And, it's funny because that has to enter your mental game at some point.
Yeah, and this putt right here, I honestly told myself, what do you want to be remembered for? Missing this putt or making it into this headwind? So I was able to capitalize on that one right there.
Is that McBeast mode activating?
I definitely felt it after I made that one. I got some confidence and was ready to roll through the course.
Speaking of rolls, Will gets a nasty roll. He's trying to get some steam. He hasn't really, played to the level that he's definitely capable of so far, and he's got to make this comebacker also
just
off the
bench.
cage. That's brutal. Now here's JohnE McRae. He has been just a powerhouse after that throw in on 5, just playing with so much emotion, and he's going to catch an unfortunate roll as well.
Yeah, he actually didn't take his full meter on that putt because he wanted to stay outside the circle so he could jump putt at it, and unfortunately it didn't work out.
It is a very important to note for anybody that's curious about that. For the rules, you are allowed to take up to 1 meter lie, and that was a very smart play, by JohnE McRae to understand the rules there.
Play to your strengths.
So we're going to hole 11, another par 4, and this one's tough. Talk about the landing zone on this hole.
Yeah, this is a very tough par 4, probably one of the toughest ones there. They kind of put a peninsula of OB down to, you got 2 options. You can go high right or you can go low left. I chose to go up it and attack the tree up on the right and just barely stayed in this time. Yesterday and the 2 days before I slipped OB, but here's Patrick throwing the lower hyzer route.
And you could see the difference in these 2 shots where Patrick throws that lower, more penetrating route with his G-line PD right there. He's going to get that skip because that huge left to right crosswind doesn't affect it as much, where with Paul's shot, you can see that it keeps it from skipping, and that's how much the wind affects the discs out here. Have you ever seen a day this windy at this course?
I personally have not. I've heard stories that it can get bad out here, but this is the most wind I've played on this course, and it didn't really want anyone to score well today.
Which is amazing that JohnE McRae took that huge line over the top and stayed in bounds, and Will's not going to get so lucky. He's also going to have to take a stroke penalty. So this is a very tough lie for Patrick. He's got to get down into the gully there and put enough power on this. Going to leave it kind of short.
Yes, this hill is really hard to get a disc to stick and land on. No matter if you're throwing a sidearm, backhand, lefty, any angle, it seems to roll down to that OB, and it's definitely makes for the toughest par 4 on the course.
Will's also going to line up the sidearm after JohnE McRae's very touch putter shot. Going to try to get the skip towards the basket. He wants that drop in par.
That was a great shot by Will.
Will have to putt for it. He's got the champ's endorsement here. Tell us what you're thinking right now.
I wanted to throw it low to ride the hill and get the skips up it and try to prevent the roll as best as possible. I got it up by the pin, but unfortunately got a little bit rolled down and kind of tester in this wind.
And if you ever needed to see an example of how wind affects a disc, how about that?
Yeah, Patrick didn't like it as soon as it came out of his hand, but it was good enough to get there.
And JohnE McRae with a very clutch putt. And Paul, you're going to line up a similar one right here.
Yeah, that wind, you can see the flag moving. Nobody was comfortable out there putting, that's for sure.
I saw you guys warming up before the round, and definitely hats off to all of you guys that can putt that well in that wind. Discs are going everywhere, hitting the cage, hitting the chastity belt. It's a mess to try to putt in that wind. You guys did a phenomenal job. We're on to hole 12, another par 4.
Yes, this one's coming down for the Coliseum. This is the hole, pretty much the only hole that you can throw a driver as hard as you want. And some people like to unleash on it, others like to play it safe. And today I just wanted to let it go, and it worked out pretty well.
This hole does play just over 900 feet to get down to where everybody is going to land, you're going to leave yourself, 300 to 350 feet, which seems like a whole lot that you have to take into account that you're playing in the wind and down. So you have to get that disc down to have the accuracy to put it right in the fairway where you need it to be.
I do want to point out that disc that JohnE threw is his first ever signature disc, and it was a pleasure to see how happy he was to finally get his name put on a disc.
Absolutely, somebody that deserves recognition in the sport, somebody who up until this point hasn't been able to tour as much as he'd like, but he's really put on a show this year, and you've had to battle him more than once.
Oh, a lot this year, and unfortunately Patrick's drive right there just was out of bounds by about an inch.
Yeah, he was, maybe 1/10 of a disc width at most out of bounds, and this is a tough little drop zone because you have to play with the hill blocking your view of the pin, play up into that wind. That's textbook right there.
Yeah, that's a great shot by Patrick.
Here's Will, who's been started out a little rocky, coming on quietly in the last few holes, playing solid.
Yeah, he's been putting some pars together, and that was a really good shot for him. Unfortunately, it rolled a little bit long, but he was on fire today.
And this is keeping it on a hyzer. Talk about the importance of making sure that your disc stays on the hyzer in this kind of wind.
That was a Firebird, so I knew it was gonna hyzer, but playing the angles is huge out here. They got these hills left and right. Your disc can roll at any point, and I was fortunate enough to get my drive to land in those rocks and prevent that from rolling.
Will is going to line up a birdie putt, a headwind just outside the circle. Just misses, and he's lucky he didn't get too much more of a bad roll away there. He will have a makeable comebacker.
Solid putt.
And that is going to be Patrick for his par. Good par save after going out of bounds on the drive, the only one on the card to do so. And there'll be a couple of tap-ins. Look at that. That's a world champ level shot. Was that your goal? Were you trying to throw it in right there?
I know if it hits those rocks, it's not going anywhere, and I was fortunate enough to get it to stick right there.
And we're going to go on to hole 13, 888, the legendary hole on the back nine. Maybe the most well-known hole other than the island on this whole course. This is just a monster. How do you even think about tackling this?
I stuck with my game plan all week on this, and that was to go for it off the drive. Whether or not I was in position or not to go for the eagle, the whole goal was go for it off the drive. And this, I unfortunately got it to flatten out, but it still almost rolled on. So I had to tee again with the OB rule on the right side of the fairway.
And just to note, USDGC is a tournament where the rules often change from year to year, and this year they're playing the stroke and distance rule where if you don't establish a lie in bounds, you do have to re-tee immediately from your previous lie.
Correct. And then on the left side of this road right here is a hazard, so if you land in the hazard you get a stroke penalty, but you play it from where it lies.
Which is exactly what happens to JohnE McRae as he tries to get the anhyzer to pan out flat, but just can't get that right side of the disc back to level, and he digs into the grass on the left side.
I believe this is a putter that Will was throwing. He threw it really hard and a really great line, and that's a shot that most people wish they could have on this hole.
Billy Crump likes it, clapping for him in the background. One of the most famous disc golf videos, the Clash DVD series. We watch Patrick Brown. He's going to take the same route that you went for, Paul.
Yeah, he converted on the first shot, which I wish I could have done.
And there's JohnE. He takes, like you were talking about, from the hazard with a stroke penalty, so he was throwing 3 there. And
yes, JohnE and Will both lay up right here. Real nice spot to go for the basket.
And this is just where you have to be smart. You can take big numbers on this hole, as many competitors did this weekend, and then Paul's going to go for it right here.
Yeah, I knew if I wanted a chance for this, to keep up with the lead after going OB twice, I had to put on the green and give myself a look at saving a 6.
And this shot right here from Patrick, this is not a typical play on this hole. You can continue to go back there to be basically pin high and pitch over at the large island.
Yeah, Patrick was very fortunate to catch a tree and kick back closer to the fairway. He was still in the hazard, but he was able to get a shot out from where he was.
And these should be, relatively routine hyzers. You say relatively out here because nothing is routine. And how about that skip?
Yeah, that's actually the shot you want to play. You want to skip it off that concrete and let it jump right towards the basket.
And Patrick needs to play another very difficult shot. He gets the skip, and the wind just pushes him. You can see the wind get under the bottom of that disc on the right to left and just push him way past the green. That's such a tricky shot to manage.
Yeah, these greens are fast after the 3 days prior to this. Just the way that they've gotten beat in, it's hard to keep a disc to stick.
And this will be the man himself giving it a run, a little bit short. Easy tap in from there. Here's Will. He really wants to get a stroke right here on everybody else.
Yeah, I believe this is for a 4. He's played this hole clean so far. That was a great putt.
Into the headwind, dead center chain. Can't do it much better than that. This will be Patrick for his 7. Good putt right there. Saves the double.
Keeps him still in the match.
And that's something that I don't know if I've ever seen the lead shift as many times as it did during this round. I mean, you guys were just giving it your all, going back and forth. It was a real all-out battle, and you can't really say that about most disc golf rounds, but this was truly a battle.
Yeah, this is one of the few courses you can see multiple 7s on a card and still have people battling. So it's something you always got to watch to the end, and that's what I think brings so much excitement to this tournament.
And it's experienced players like yourself that know that even if you take a 7 on that hole, you're not out of it yet.
No, not at all. Every hole on this course can give you trouble, so it's very entertaining, but mentally it's a struggle.
And here's a hole that, coming right off 888, tough par 5, this is a must-get birdie.
Yeah, the way it plays this year, it has a hazard on the left and OB long, but it's got a really small island green. Will and JohnE put it real close right there. I decided to go a little wider hyzer. It's what I've been doing all week. This one kind of got caught up in the wind, taken really high, and I was really fortunate for it to stick right where it hit. It gave me a chance for a birdie.
You could see you were not liking the result at first till you saw that green flag, and Patrick was trying to throw a little bit more of an intermediate hyzer, and he walks up and just throws the shot.
He did. He stepped right up to that shot. Didn't really think about it. Just knew he had to put it close, and it just happened to fall right into the basket.
We almost missed it with the camera. He had to make sure afterwards that I got it, and I told him I barely even did.
Yeah, this is a slightly uphill putt right here. Just left it low. There wasn't much wind. Just a mental lapse right there.
Are you thinking about it at this point? I mean, you've seen Patrick throw that in. You've seen JohnE throw that in on 5. I mean, when these guys have these crazy shots, you got to be thinking, there's one in there for me, right?
Yeah, I just had to keep fighting. I knew it wasn't over. JohnE right there, you can see him taking off. He was pumped. I don't even know if he stopped running. But he was pumped after that. You know, well-deserved birdie. And, I mean, he was definitely leading the tournament and had everything going his way.
And sometimes when it's your day, it's your day. And you're making everything you're looking at. And he certainly was entertaining the crowd in more ways than one. He was getting huge amounts of cheers. The people's champion, people were yelling for him, and just what a battle. I'm gonna go on to 15. This is a dog leg to the left. You've got to get through a double mando, a low ceiling, around the corner to a guarded pin. Oh, what's the play here?
Off the tee, there's only one play. Throw it straight down there, right down the gap. It's really the only hole where you have to hit a tunnel, and Will does it perfectly. Textbook right there, and JohnE right here follows it up with a great shot. That's exactly how you want to play this hole. It's like you said, it's a dog leg. You just want to set up for your second shot.
And Patrick gets a little slippy. You can see the disc just kind of falls out of his hand a little bit. You know, when you're playing in these wide open courses and then you go straight to a tunnel or a hallway kind of shot, you know, it's an example of good course design in the sense that it tests all the different facets of a game back to back, and got a little low on you there too, huh?
Yeah, I did the same thing yesterday. Just came out of my shot a little early and threw it right into the ground.
And this is an aggressive play right here.
Yeah, I hit my line how I wanted to. I just don't know what it hit when it jumped like that. But I was safe, and I still have a chance to get up and down and save a par.
So Patrick is in the hazard off to the right. He's going to lean down and throw a destroyer and try to get that skip over. And Johnny's right where you want to be on this hole.
Yeah, Johnny's in a great spot. He left it a little low right there, but with those trees, you never know what you're going to get. You could be 15 feet away with no putt.
Yeah, you'll be able to see when we get up to the green here that you've got these branches going everywhere. The trunks are wide, and it makes very routine putts very difficult.
Yeah, Will played it to the left side of the basket, which is the most open, which is exactly what I'm trying to do right here, is just place it over there. Turned it over a little too much, flexed out, and got an unfortunate skip OB.
Of all the trees and all the trunks, found the one hole and just skipped into the OB.
Exactly.
And Patrick's going to play a nice little smooth Anheuser putter up there and tap in.
Tap in for 5. Smart play by Patrick.
Will really wanted to get that stroke. That would have been for a birdie. Just off the cage again, and you're not happy with that one.
No, I knew if I hit that gap, I had a chance for it to go in, but it caught a few leaves and it put the nose down and unfortunately missed low.
15's going to get everybody. They're going to tap in there. We're going to have no birdies.
Although their YouTube channel name was originally a random jumble of characters, LCGM8 now spells great disc golf coverage to the people of Finland and beyond. With some help with English commentary by the Central Coast Disc Golf crew, we now visit Helsinki, Finland for LCGM8's look at the 2015 Tali Open.
All right, guys, Ian and Garrett, we're back with part 2 of the Tali Open presented by Haix, brought to you by LCGM8. We're on hole 11, 203 feet. Seppo has got that one-stroke lead over Christian. Matthias one back of that. And Yanni's hanging around. And Seppo's throw. This should be a must bird.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be shocked if everybody doesn't burn this.
Yeah, you should feel bad.
Yeah.
If you don't get a birdie.
You hear that, players?
The pressure's on. Matthias, a nice little anti-flex.
That's what we expect.
Yes, put it under the bucket and get a headbanger. There's Christian throwing that MVP disc.
Going for it?
Ooh. Wow. He was running that.
Yeah.
It's got a longer comebacker than he wanted, though.
Yeah, slightly faster green, it seems like. That hard-packed dirt.
Yeah. Yanni's pull.
Yep. There we go.
Yep. Drop in birdie. Christian with the longest putt.
Even still. 18 feet, maybe?
Yeah. Should make this.
Oh. Having a little bit of a rough putting day.
Yeah. And am side and dropped out. Seppo looking to extend that lead.
Yeah.
Does right there. Going to be up to 2 strokes. Yanni tapping in the bird. Stumped. Love the emotion. Christian tapping in his par. I wonder if that is a putter.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
It's probably maybe one of those NVs or...
Oh, I bet it's an MV. Everybody's throwing those things. And just an absolute headbanger drop in for Matthias. And Seppo now 2 strokes over Christian and Matthias. And we're on hole 12, 361, par 3. Dogleg right, it looked like, Garrett.
Yeah.
Seppo has the box. Backhand roller.
Roller.
Oh, buddy. This was a fighter.
Yeah.
Not the line he wanted, but it kind of worked. Matthias is opting for the forehand. Annie flex he's hoping for.
That's looking real nice.
Wow. Perfect shot.
Yeah, interesting choice with the roller there, huh?
Yeah, I could see it working, but it didn't there.
Seppo is also a lot better than us.
Yeah, that he is.
It's hard to question.
Yep. Yanni threw the Annie, but didn't look like it gave it enough height to fade out. Christian throwing a backhand.
There you go.
Hoping to just get some turn towards the basket. Yeah. Almost fought through jail, but not quite. Yanni's second. Bark for a bar.
Yep.
Seppo from the woods.
Come on, Seppo.
Yeah. Oh. Oh. That one came out right, didn't it? Like grip blocked a little bit or something?
Seemed like it.
Yeah, didn't look natural. Christian second.
Yeah, I imagine he didn't have a lot of A lot of area to work with.
Yeah, you get off these fairways and you're in trouble.
Totally.
Seppo looking to save a par. Not going to do it.
Good run.
Matthias getting a birdie. That's
Picking
two
up a couple
strokes.
strokes, yeah.
Yeah.
Now he's probably always tied with Seppo for the lead now.
Yeah. There's Seppo tapping in the Bogue. And Yanni tapping in the par. After a great upshot. And there it is. Seppo and Matthias are now tied at 13 down. Christian's one back on hole 13, par 4, 492-foot. Slight dogleg right the whole way. And Matthias lining up a backhand, a little hyzer flip.
It's looking great.
Yeah, shot the gap and everything.
Sit. There you go.
Stayed in bounds. Should be able to get up and down from there pretty easily. Stayed clean on his drive. Yanni opted for the forehand, trying to get around that corner once he gets through the gap.
Yeah, he's got a good forehand.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Almost made the corner, but still should be able to do some work from there. Christian? Oh, that looks right. Yeah, that is right.
Saved him from going OB now.
It did, didn't it? See what he can do from there. Not the best position. On Seppo's pull.
Throwing the roller.
Backhand roller again. Again, a fighter.
There you go.
Yeah. That should be a pretty easy birdie right there.
Seems like he was probably going for the eagle.
Yeah. Christian with the Annie backhand upshot.
Great shot.
Compensated for that drive.
Yeah.
Laying up for a bird. Yanni's second. Going forehand.
Ooh.
Yeah. Should be able to make that putt. He's been putting well today. And Matthias with his second shot. A little backhand up. Kind of left that short, Garrett.
A little bit, yeah.
Should be a problem the way he's been putting, but I'm sure it's not as close as he wanted.
Probably want to be right about there.
Yeah, so Seppo just laying up for a birdie, right?
Yep.
After a great roller drive. And Yanni, this is going to be his birdie try.
Oh. Left side.
And there's the birdie for Matthias. Sloppy upshot didn't penalize him at least. Christian also carding the bird. With Seppo. Yanni taking the lone par. Should be a must-get birdie though, 450-foot par 4.
Yeah, it's pretty short.
We're still tied at the top on hole 14, 354. Par 3, there is an OB kind of pond right before the basket, which makes running it pretty dangerous. Matthias, smart play there, G?
Doing it. Yeah, I think so.
Christian? Looks like he's laying up or he's going for it. Layup.
Yep.
Smart play. And Seppo?
It seems like you have a putt if you land in front of it, so
Yeah, you're right.
it'd be
huh?
tough to
The risk
run it.
Yeah, the risk reward tells you to lay up.
Yeah.
And Yanni? That's a great looking disc right there,
I
Gary.
know. Pretty stable.
We approve. And a couple a little short. Shorter than they wanted, but, you know, away from the OB.
Yep.
And again, another smart shot, just laying up for a 3. And Seppo from about 45. Smart disc golf, Gary.
Yeah. It's one of those holes that's probably not worth it unless you have a putt, maybe like Christian's or you get closer even then.
Yeah, I got that OB behind the basket too, which really
Yeah.
makes you not want to run it. Matthias, yep, he doesn't want to run it either. He's like, I'll take my par with the rest of you guys.
Yeah. No reason to lose a stroke unnecessarily.
Exactly. And the chances are not good for getting a stroke.
No.
So everybody drops in their pars. Meh. Can't blame them.
Move on to the next one.
Yep, get your stroke somewhere else. We're on to hole 15, 335, still tied at the top. Christian's one back. Pretty good dogleg left on this one. And you want to just throw a big ol' hyzer around these trees. Matthias is doing just that. If he can stay clean, that should get there.
Great shot.
Yeah, it is. He's putting for 2. Christian, if there's anybody in the world that has the power to get there, it's this guy.
There it goes.
And just taking a Simon line, just way over the top. JR tracking it despite that.
That was nice.
Doing some work. And Seppo, up third, also has crazy amounts of power.
Taking the wide route as well.
Yeah. Wow.
Textbook.
What a shot. And JohnE, looking to match those three guys. 330 on a backhand hyzer, though. This, again, should be a birdie for the open division.
Yeah, and this is one of the more, I mean, it's not open, but there's a defined line.
Yeah.
Not a lot of luck going on in this one.
Exactly. So JohnE with the longest putt. Looks like he's just outside the circle for 2.
Gets it.
Solid putt. Matthias looking to match. And keep his lead. Or tie for the lead, anyway.
There you go.
Solid putting all day. Really fun
Yeah,
to
he's
watch.
playing very well.
Yeah. Christian looking to keep pace with our leaders.
There you go.
Drop that one in. And Seppo, what a drive.
That was awesome. Tap in.
That basket's kind of tilty.
A little bit.
A little bit.
It's a feature.
It is, exactly. There we go. Seppo and Matthias still 15 down. Christian is still 1 back. And we're at a hole 16, 417 feet. OB Island in the middle of the fairway. OB left and right. And Matthias is taking the left fairway with a forehand. Wow.
That was a crush.
What's this?
Wow.
Oh. You hit a tree?
I don't know.
Or just
I thought it was going to be shorter than that, and it just
Yeah.
kept going.
It did. Christian opting for the backhand line. And should be able to get there. Yeah.
Yeah, good shot.
What a bomb. Seppo can also get there pretty easily.
It's a close race coming down the last couple holes.
It is, right? Super cool. Seppo sawed that one off a little bit. Or not.
Or he parked it.
Or that was really good. Just ignore me. I'll be in the corner. JohnE, he likes that forehand, and he crushes it. Ooh.
Get back in.
Wow. He tickled those trees and somehow fought through. Stayed in bounds. Barely.
Oh, wow, yeah.
He almost got in that island in the middle. JohnE just laying up for his 3. Smart play right there. And Matthias, after an unfortunate kick OB.
Throwing another one in?
If anybody was going to do it, it's probably that guy.
Yep.
Christian, what a great drive.
Keep pace with Seppo?
Mm-hmm. Oh. Got to make those.
Yep.
And Seppo looking to get another stroke on Christian and a stroke on Matthias as well.
2 strokes.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. That's going to be, what?
It's a swing hole.
2-stroke lead now, right?
Yep.
Wow.
That's why you never give up. Anything can happen.
It's totally true. Paul McBeth at Worlds is a case in point right there last year.
Yep.
Matthias tapping in the unfortunate bogey. And Seppo, 2-stroke lead over Matthias and Christian. On to hole 17. Par 3, 430 feet. Ooh, dogleg left, OB left, lots of trees.
He's just looking to stay safe and not give away any unnecessary strokes on this one.
Exactly. That's that big hyzer is going to do for you.
Yep.
Put you in the middle of the fairway and keep you out of trouble.
Exactly.
Super smart golf from him. Christian Sandstrom, I saw that line, and he's probably going to take it as well. Yeah. A little wider,
Yep.
but
A
came.
little too wide. I think it might have nicked that tree and slowed down a little bit.
Yeah. Still in the fairway at least, though. And JohnE.
Missed that tree.
Ooh.
Yep.
Stand bounce. Oh, wow.
Great shot.
Super nice drive. Going to be putting for 2. And Matthias is looking to do some work after carding that bogue in the last round. That's hanging out a little far right, Garrett.
Get over there. Maybe a jump putt. Maybe a throw in.
Yeah. Christian second. This is layup territory. Does that well. And Matthias almost got pin high, but it's a pretty long putt. 50 feet.
Yeah. Going with the same throw.
Oh! He hunts with those.
Yeah. Find that shot that you like and it's
Uh-huh.
comfortable for you.
Hit that little kind of like a nose-up floater. Kind of reminds me of a Simon Lizotte putt.
Oh, no.
Oh, Seppo. What was that, buddy? Had all kinds of room and just...
Yeah.
Looking to save his par.
Anything can happen.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Unexpected 4.
Yeah, really did not see that one coming at all. JohnE, this could be for a 2 after a really nice drive. Oh,
Just off the top.
Just off the top, indeed. Seppo, card in the bug, losing a stroke to the field right here. As JohnE takes his par, and Christian taps in his, along with Matthias.
It's a one-stroke game. Last hole.
Yeah, I think there's more than 18 holes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, never mind.
Yeah. We are, Seppo was still with the one-stroke lead over Matthias and Christian. Actually, down to one stroke, I should say. We're on to hole 18, 246. Big dogleg right, OB left, right, and everywhere. Christian throwing an Annie backhand. Well,
Maybe you got through those?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think he might have finished slightly left of him. We'll
okay.
see. And JohnE opted for the forehand on this dogleg right, which is a good idea, except for
hitting trees.
That's not a good trees, yeah. Matthias has a great forehand, and he's going to bust it out. I like his form. I like his form, man. It's really cool. Oh,
it's got some power on it.
It really did, and a little
OB.
too much in that case. Throwing OB. Seppo, look at the comeback after that bogey. Oh yeah,
Nice shot.
I bet he's making that putt after carding a bogey. You know he wants it. So JohnE second, finished fairway left, and just lays it for a 3. Smart play. And Matthias, after carding an OB stroke, is looking to save his par. But he's probably about 45, 50 out. But he's been making these. Oh, he's closer than that.
Oh.
Just missed that one.
Man.
Yeah. Christian for a 2. Yeah. About 20, 25 footer. Oh,
Gets it.
Squeaks it in. Nice work, sir. And Seppo looking to keep his lead. It does, so now you know he's making that putt.
Yep, it's an automatic.
It is. And JohnE tapping in the par. Matthias with the bogue after the OB stroke drive. And Seppo still with that one-stroke lead over Christian. Matthias kind of fading out a little bit. JohnE's hanging around. And we're on hole 19, 236. Dead straight. But again, there's trees, Garrett.
Oh, what a surprise.
Yeah. Hope you don't hit him. Ooh, nice little turnover with that, we'll call it an envy.
Yeah.
That's probably what it is.
Let us know,
Yeah, if we're
Christian,
wrong.
if we're wrong.
Yeah.
But
That was a nice drive.
yeah,
It's parked
that's
for
what you want.
Park for a bird, exactly. Seppo, pressure's on, needs a match.
Needs to flip, and it does.
Was that a PA4 or something, probably?
Something, yeah, that was awesome.
Sick. I could do that, too. He's hanging out with him. And JohnE also got a putter in the hands. Also, something understable. Ooh.
Maybe a touch too stable.
It looked like it, right? Yeah, it started to stable out a little earlier than he wanted. Matthias, that understable putter.
Great shot.
That sure was. That's a birdie for him. JohnE from outside the circle.
Just laying up. Looks like a little drop off after the basket.
Yep, smart golf. And Seppo for a 2.
Wow.
What?
All right, Christian.
Yeah, capitalize, man.
Yep. There you go.
That's not the outcome I thought I was going to see. Doing work right there. Making up a stroke. And Matthias with a great drive.
Yep. Canceling out that bogey.
Mm-hmm. And Seppo with a disappointing par.
Surprising, too.
It was, yeah.
Didn't expect that.
But we're tied now, Garrett, which I'm a fan of that.
Always a fan of ties.
Yep.
Well, I mean, watching.
Unless you're trying to win.
Yeah.
Yeah. Christian Sandstrom throwing a little Annie. Well, actually, nothing little about that one. That was a crush.
Yeah. Staying down, yeah.
Yeah, great placement shot. So this is a par 4. There's kind of an OB, trench?
OB island, yeah.
Matthias throwing an, oh my goodness.
Hit and roll.
Kind of cut rolled out of that bush. Stayed in bounds at least. And Seppo looking to come back after that missed putt on the last hole. Also throwing an Annie flex. And he has
That's
sneaky,
going far.
ridiculous power. Stay in bounds. Oh
Yep.
my goodness.
That was a great
That's the
shot.
flag you want to see. And JohnE on Team PG.
Sounds pretty good.
Team pretty good. Team pretty good. Throwing a little anti-flex. And just a perfect placement shot, Garrett.
Yep. Good drive from everybody.
So Matthias with the hardest second shot. And laying up, Garrett.
Yeah. Seems like he was jammed up against that bush and probably didn't really have a lot to try and carry that whole trench.
Exactly. Christian's second shot. Throwing that envy all day.
Yep.
When he's been upshotting really well with it, so you can't really blame him.
Nope.
And Park's another one for birdie. JohnE looking to match that. Should be able to do that from here.
Fade out a little bit.
Yeah. That stays in.
Yep.
Does so, but that's a longer putt than he wanted. Seppo barely stays in bounds on his drive. He's thankful nobody cut the grass right there.
I know, right?
And looking to get up and down. Whoa. Is that fade out early?
Nope.
Nope. That is parked. Beautiful shot. He's farther left than I thought.
Yeah.
Matthias, after a layup second shot, looking to get up and down for his par. And should be no problem with that.
Great job.
JohnE for bird. Thought of play.
Nice job.
Christian to match that birdie. Oh my goodness.
Sneaking it in there.
He's playing with my heart right there, man. Don't scare me like that, man. Matthias taps in the par. It's a smart par after that drive. And Seppo carding the bird. And we're still tied at 17 down. And we're on a hole 21, 272. Looks like just OB everywhere. But it's short enough.
Yeah.
This should be a birdie for the card. Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, Christian. Oh, buddy.
What are you saying, Ian?
Oh, man.
We're jinxing everybody.
I know, right?
Ooh, a re-tee.
Retee, yeah. So he's throwing 3 right here. That's a better looking shot.
Yeah.
Don't you hate when you're like, why didn't I throw that the first time?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hindsight's 20/20.
Disc golf, man. It's a hell of a thing. Seppo throwing an Annie forehand
Oh,
on his get
skip.
back.
Jeez.
Oh my goodness. He knew what he was doing.
Yep.
That was scary, but he knew what he was doing. Gets it in. And JohnE also lined up beforehand. Hopefully throwing a pretty good shot. Oh, hands on the head, not a good sign.
Stick.
Oh my goodness.
You guys are killing us right now.
Seriously, man. My heart rate's out of control.
Oh.
Matthias, that's coming
good.
back at least,
Yep.
yeah. That's a no doubter on the inbounds at least. That should be a birdie for him. JohnE for 2 has the longest putt. Looking to keep pace with everybody but Christian.
Oh.
Just needed a little more want on that one.
Yeah. One more want next time.
Yep. Matthias just
Gets it.
Solid putting all day. Somebody's practicing in the backyard.
Yep.
Yep. And Seppo for the win.
And he gets it.
There it is. Congratulations, man. Up and down battle.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Really cool.
Coming down the last hole,
Yeah.
barely getting in bounds and
Yeah.
getting it for the win.
Yeah, totally. I think that's Christian taking second. He might even be tied with Matthias.
Yeah, because I think he got a 4. I don't know if they're doing the penalty stroke. Some island holes you re-tee and it's not an extra
Two.
stroke.
Yeah, so there's your Haix Tali Open winner, Seppo Paju.
Well done.
Straight tearing up the Euro Tour. Hope to see him at Worlds.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you in the next one.
If the ups and downs so far at last year's USDGC didn't get your attention, heads up, it's about to get really nutty. We pick things up on the tee to the devilish 17th.
It's really a hole that sticks in your mind the whole tournament, and you dread that tee shot because all you want to do is get it bounce.
And all you disc golf fans will remember last year when Will Shusterick in the final round was going into hole 17 with a lead and it ended up costing him the tournament. So we'll have to see what Johnny McRae can do. He's going to take a putter. He's going to go right for it with a 4-stroke lead.
Yeah, that one went a little long, and he really rushed into this second shot a little quicker than most of us expected, and it just dropped out of the sky.
Just a little short. You could hear him begging for it just to be long enough. And this is tough right here. He's figuring out what to do. How do you settle down and just execute in a moment like that?
It's tough. I don't know if I'd be able to handle it as well as JohnE did here. He had that one drop out again, and I don't know what I would do, honestly. But, you know.
You got JohnE, who, a man of great faith, just offers it up and says, all right, it's going to happen, it's going to happen. He puts a little more on this one. The air's underneath it. It looks like it's sliding out. Spotter runs over, and a green flag. Finally, JohnE McRae is on the green, struggling mightily, and now the tables have shifted.
Yeah, now Will's focus is just getting it on the green. Not worrying about the birdie anymore, but putting it on the green and just 3-ing it. And he actually put it really close. It doesn't look as close as it is right there, but it's on the green. That's close enough.
It's close enough. You can see he followed through on the shot. He held it all the way. It's down there looking, and here's your opportunity. The door's back open for you.
Yeah, I know I need to birdie it here, and that's not the exact line I was trying to hit. I wanted to be about 10 feet more to the left, but again, it's on the green, and it's a chance.
And Patrick, who struggled the last few holes after leading this tournament a couple different times this weekend, including just a few holes prior. That's a pretty good shot right there.
That's about as close as you can put it on the left side of the basket.
And once again, the 3-time world champion is faced with a tough putt. How far up the charts did this rank in terms of how much you wanted this putt?
It was definitely about a 9. I knew I needed it, but I also knew there was still 18. And to hit it in that situation, especially what happened to JohnE, that blew my mind. I didn't think I had a chance, honestly.
And just you could tell you were excited to get that back on him. And then here's Will Shusterick, just a couple feet closer than you, into a slight headwind.
Yeah, I honestly couldn't watch this putt. I was over there on 18's tee pad, and I was just listening to the crowd this whole time.
Tough heartbreaker. He leaves it a little high. JohnE McRae looked good. Looked good from our angle, just a little outside. And Patrick, all of a sudden, with a chance, asking if he can take relief from the hay bales, which he can.
Easy birdie.
Easy birdie, and suddenly it's a ball game. We've got 2 tied at 20, 2 tied at 18. We're going into par 4, hole 18, one of the toughest fairways that I've ever seen on a disc golf hole. Slopes down right to left. You have to tee off over the water. You have to stay between the trees on the left side of the fairway and get left of the Mando tree, which is way up there.
Yeah, there's multiple shots that you could throw off this tee. I went with the rock every time. I wanted to lay up, and there's a flat spot right in that fairway, and that's about right where mine landed. And Patrick's throwing a T-bird right here. You can attack with the driver also, but it raises your chances of a cut roller down that hill and towards the water.
And so he's fortunate there. He got a little burnout, stays in the fairway, and Will Shusterick's going to step up. And he needs it to hold. He's dangerously challenging that OB with the slide, but he will get the green flag and stay in bounds.
And JohnE's now down 2, so he was going for this hole the whole way.
Look at this. This is about as good as you can play this shot off the tee.
That's a monster drive. Probably the best I've seen from that tee pad.
And we're going to have Patrick's up first. And so when the hole goes further left and it hooks back to the left, and there's no more grass, so you're going to slide on a mulch surface. So you've got to pay attention to the speed that your disc comes down, and Patrick doesn't get quite enough on it, and he's actually going to be out of bounds early.
Yeah, I just watched Patrick's drive go left, and I happened to make just the same mistake he did and throw it OB left. And now Will's got his putter right here. All he has to do is make it to the basket in 3 shots from there, and he's the USDGC champion.
So you can see he probably wanted to get a little further. It went out right on him a little bit. And JohnE McRae, all of a sudden, is staring down a birdie, which puts a little bit of pressure on you guys.
Yeah, JohnE parked it, put about 15 feet, and Will still puts his about 20, maybe less than that. And he's got the putt right there for the win.
And Patrick, that's a textbook example of how to play a disc when the way that you throw is sloping with the green. That's a great way to just put a nice little touch shot, slide it down a little bit, and you're running this, aren't you?
Yes, Will's right there, and I knew my only chance is to put it at least close, and unfortunately caught a branch right there and kicked it under the basket.
This putt to be the 2014 United States champion. Just weak side. Will can't believe it. And he knows with the level of competitors in this field, if he gives people a chance, he may not get another opportunity. And JohnE McRae taking the birdie after a 9 on hole 17. JohnE McRae just tied you guys. How shocked were you when that happened?
I got the chills just watching it right now. Seeing him battle all week and then being able to come back with a birdie right after a 9 is amazing. It just shows his will and fight.
And the love and the respect for all you guys that you have for each other. You know, being in the top of the field and battling as hard as you did, it's impressive to see. And as a bonus, for all the disc golf fans out there, besides seeing you almost trip on that green, we get to play some bonus golf. We're going to a 3-way playoff to become the 2014 United States Disc Golf Champion. This has only happened one time in the history of this entire tournament. You know who those 2 people were? Ken Climo, Barry Schultz. Not too bad a company to be in. We're going to play hole 18 all over again, so you're going to go right back to it. What are you thinking here?
Capitalize, honestly. I want to throw the same drive and fix the upshot. And right here, JohnE gets his over a little bit too much, but again, he's in the middle, and it's a shot.
And never one to run out of energy or excitement, he hops off the tee pad, going with the rock shot again.
Yeah, almost identical. You can see the way it drops out of the sky right there. It's about 20 feet shorter than earlier.
And so this is going to be pretty much, like you said, identical drives from both you and Will.
Yeah, Will gets his up a little bit higher. He's in a great spot right there.
And how aggressive are you going to be? Are you going to put the pressure on them, or are you going to make the move here?
With 3 people, I have to go for it. I ended up doing exactly what I did during the round, but I was fortunate enough to get the kick safe, but it's still not enough with these two players right here.
I did notice you got that one a little bit flatter, and that's such a tough green to access, especially for a right-hander.
Yeah, you can see the way that the discs are just diving right to the left, the way the hill pulls them down towards the water, and it pulled JohnE's also right there, and he landed OB.
And Will is going to make the correction.
Yeah, he puts his right up by the basket. This one's probably a little bit closer than he was earlier. So
you can see the crowd is looking. They're trying to see if there's a green flag, and like you said, he will be in bounds with another putt.
Yeah, I'm almost in the same identical spot, a little further back, and I had to do the same play. And Will's a little bit closer this time, so it's in his hands now.
And here's JohnE McRae trying to force one. He wants to throw it through the trees. Couldn't quite get it.
Yeah,
gentleman's concession right there.
Yes, he had to go for it. Unfortunately, didn't make it in bounds.
And he leaves it up to you guys to battle it out for the title. He bows out and gracefully takes 3rd place. And once again, Shusterick on the putting green of 18. This time, strong side chain out. And he's given you 2 chances so far. What I can't even imagine what you're going through in your mind right now. What are you thinking?
I was not thinking the right thoughts. I don't know how I even got in that place, honestly. After JohnE taking the 9 and then Will missing those 2 putts, I had to try to take advantage of it and just keep playing, keep fighting, and put myself in the position to be able to win.
And you guys are going to go to hole 1 now. Going to play hole 1. Basic birdie. Will bogeyed this hole this morning.
Yeah, Will caught the first tree this morning, and I birdied it all 4 rounds up to this point, so I was really confident going into this hole. This one I left a little bit lower right and got that skip at the end, but it's still in the circle.
And he's got a look, and you cannot give McBeast a look because he capitalizes on it, as the 3 world titles would say. But this guy's also pretty good right here. He's got 2 United States titles already. A couple beautiful putter shots, and just textbook, leave it all down to the putt.
Yeah, this is about 20 feet on the small side hill right here. Should be made every time, but just had it chain out to the right.
And this, if that's 20 feet, this should be routine. But Shusterick's given it away twice so far. He's got to make this one to become the United States champion.
Yeah.
How much pressure is on him right now?
After those 2 putts on 18, this is a must make. And he nailed it.
And he does. He's the 3-time United States champion. You are the 3-time world champion. This was one heck of a battle. And like I said, this is the greatest disc golf tournament I've ever witnessed, and I'm not blowing smoke by saying that at all. Just guys battling it out to the best of their ability. How does this rank up in tournaments you'll remember ending the season?
Right there next to Worlds. This is probably one of the most exciting disc golf years I've ever seen and been a part of. With the way that Worlds went down and the way that USDGC went down, I don't think it'll ever be forgot. The way that it ended in 3-way playoff, it's exciting. You know, now what's going to happen next year?
Everybody is gunning for you. I mean, congratulations to Will Shusterick. 3-time U.S. champion is no small feat. But you are still the #1 disc golfer in the world. You know, how will you go into the offseason? What do you take away from this?
It was another good year. Last year, people said it could have been one of the best years ever, but my goal is always to improve, and I felt like I went out there and did that this year.
Wow, what a wild finish. We can't really top that, so we'll just wrap this episode up. Thanks to SpinTV and LCGM8 for providing terrific tournament coverage, and to the PDGA for supporting production of Disc Golf Live. Until next time, drive carefully.
This is my best finish ever at the USDGC, and I'm excited to see what else there is. I'm gonna work harder and push the sport and the players as hard as I can, and make them all work for it. I don't want there to be any easy victories, and as you can see from this year, there weren't any.
Definitely one of the most exciting disc golf seasons in recent memory. So, leaving you with a question about USDGC. You now have the #1 and #2 record rounds at Winthrop Gold, and you have not yet taken down that title. What is it going to take next year? What is it going to take to get that monkey off your back and become the United States champion?
Consistency.